Hello, Max. Thank you for joining me today and answering a few questions. I'd just like to start off just by saying, how long have you been volunteering for in general?
Okay, Lucy, thank you for the opportunity. I took early retirement in March year 2000. That was the year that lottery money was obtained to resurrect the carnival, which had lapsed like lots of carnivals have over the years because of lack of interest and so on. And I was invited to join the carnival committee in the early part of the summer in the year 2000. And from then on until just a few years ago, the carnival survived in one form or another. I became secretary of the carnival committee for over 12 years. Complementary in a way. I always wanted, when I left work, to do something community related. So in 2004, I became a governor at Abbey School in Bloxwich, and I'm still a governor at Abbey School in Bloxwich, loving every moment of it, because that's what I wanted to do when I left work, was get involved in local community matters.
Perfect. And are you still enjoying it as much as you did when you started?
In one way, yes. It's very frustrating now, Lucy, because it's become more and more difficult to recruit volunteers to do the extensive amount of work that there is involved, even in slightly smaller events like Bloxwich Bonanza compared with the carnival itself. But nevertheless, it requires commitment on the part of individuals. And as numbers drop, it becomes a problem then for the handful of people that are left, because they have to take on all of the duties associated with putting on one of these events. And the commitment is considerable. That's not meant to put people off at all, because there must be lots of people out there who want to get involved, but perhaps their problem is they're not really sure how to. So it's been great enjoyment for me, and it's fulfilled what I really wanted to do when I left work, because the alternative was I might have shown interest in becoming a magistrate, but I quickly gave that idea up in favour of continuing with the carnival. And yes, my enjoyment in it has varied in truth over the years, because of difficulties that we had. There was a very powerful component of the carnival in the earlier days, which was the street parade. The carnival has never been the same since it lost the street parade, and I'm not an advocate for it returning, but it is of a different character now. Sad in a way, because carnivals traditionally have a parade, but life goes on, nothing stays the same forever. I think what we're trying to do currently, we're struggling. I think never mind the COVID situation at the moment, we're struggling with the ability to recruit people to join us.
Okay. And at One Walsall, we will be able to support with recruiting more volunteers. We can get a volunteer advert out, and we can put it out to our extensive database of current volunteers to see if they want to join you. So that will be great. I will move to question 3. So, what volunteering roles have you done so far on Bloxwich Bonanza? So you did mention that you were secretary for about 12 years. What else have you done for the Bonanza?
For the Bonanza itself, well, I have been a regular member, going to meetings roughly on a monthly basis. That varies, and obviously with the COVID situation, like lots of other organisations, we've had to do things virtually. I'm not a great fan of doing things virtually, because you can't sense people's body language and really understand whether they're going for something or not. But the Bonanza did continue with the Senior Citizens Party, which was a very powerful element of the carnival in previous years, and has been in truth with the Bonanza as well. It's been a very successful element of it, and it's a much loved event by those people in the North Bloxwich community, who many of them now come to us from nursing homes and similar organisations. But it is a much loved event, and for many, many people, it's the only chance they get on an annual basis of seeing their friends. Yes, I help also with the organisation of the event. We've now done, I think from memory, Lucy, we've done 2 Bonanzas. Obviously, we haven't done one in the year 2020, and we won't be doing one this year. And the difficult task, of course, is that in years when you don't actually put an event on, is maintaining that commitment of individuals to the event. And I think that's what we're struggling with currently, to be honest with you. I think there's a need, as soon as possible, as soon as the situation really permits it, we really need an event to be able to commit to. And I think then we will have the chance of drawing more people in.
Perfect, thank you. And question 4, what positive outcomes have you gained personally from volunteering?
I've enjoyed the organisational arrangements. That was fairly well related to the job that I used to do before I retired. I've enjoyed that meeting with members of the community that I hadn't previously been involved in my day job. So the decision to do what I did, joining the carnival, has actually succeeded in my wider ambitions to adopt a community role. This has also been the case with being a governor at Abbey School as well. So there's been personal enjoyment through a lot of commitment, I have to say. I think you shouldn't take on these roles lightly. I think you've got to be prepared to make a personal commitment, and that means time and energy, and at times when it's not easy to do so. So I've enjoyed being able to make that commitment in retirement, and I've enjoyed the variety of work that being involved with the Bonanza and other people on the committee have enabled me to do.
And the last question, why do you think that Bloxwich Bonanza has been so popular?
I think, Lucy, its move to the town park has been, in my opinion, a critical factor in it. I mean, we've only done it twice, bear in mind, but I think it's been a critical factor in it becoming more of a Bloxwich centre event. I think it's enabled the community to see something that's much more visible. I think its location is very, very important. Good though King George V playing fields is for large open scale events, I think when we change the character and style of our annual event to the Bonanza, taking up that more central position in Bloxwich helped us to draw people in for a different kind of event, more of a family style event, not associated with the large stunt acts and so on, which have been very, very successful in the end. But a phrase I use increasingly, nothing stays the same forever, and we have to move forward in different ways. And I think if we're going to continue to do this, I think the location at Bloxwich Park is key. I think Bloxwich folk are very, very lucky when you think of the open spaces that you've got in the heart of the town. And I think the event has capitalised on that.
Great. Right, Max, thank you very much. Those are all my questions.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time, and we will speak soon. Thank you.
Okay, many thanks.
Bye.
Take care.